Running. All right, we're gonna turn the end down on this one, and you could use your roughing gouge to take some of this wood up and get a point on there, at least close to it. And I'm going to notice that I'm a little bit high on that tool rust. I'd want to be at center with it, or a little bit below. And all I'm doing now is pushing that way, the bevel's rubbing, and I'm cutting on the lower side. And a lot of that cutting is being done on the flat part of the gouge. Now it's starting to come down, and you notice it isn't quite as effective there. And I can take a fair amount of wood off of here to get it down to where I want it. And we start with something like that.
I did try to do some hand-holding sharpening.
Pardon me?
I tried to do some sharpening, hand-holding. And, you know, didn't do too bad, but didn't look great, but it cut.
Find out where that thing is.
Here it is.
This one here is a little wider in the nose. It's hot too. A little wider in the nose than I normally would use for a detail. So to peel this down, I get a smoother, wider cut out of it. And again, the tool rests now. You see where the handle is high. So I really need to bring this down. And I would like to bring it in, if I can. Ready? Not gonna let me get too close. And that's about all I want on the end right there. And that's pretty tiny. Now, my choice is whether to roll it or slice it. And this one's probably pretty easy. I can take this small fuse and cut it that way, and just move it off a little bit and just roll it. All I did was rotate that around in that direction and made it that way. Now I have to decide, do I want to put another bead above it? I would like to stay in line with that comb right there. So my bead, the tip of my top of my bead, I would like to try to get that and if you look at that one, it's a little large. And this is where the smaller point might help us there. So I don't know if you can see it there, but that alignment is pretty good right there. I could come back with the fuse and just take that a little bit deeper. Going like that. You could blacken it if you wanted or whatever you want. So now I have a tip on it, and all I'm really interested now is to get rid of some wood here. And all I did was push in, lift it, push in, and bring it down. My next project is going to be to start the bottom of the stem, I'll call it the stem, on there. And I can go toward the headstock here and peel away some wood. Peel away some more. I'm going to put another half bead in there, and I need to get a different gouge. That one's a little too wide in the nose. This one, you can see this one is a little bit, you see it?
A lot more, yeah, we got a lot more point on it.
Yeah. Got to put point in it. So I can cut down behind that one, and then I'm going to turn it about 45 degrees and just get rid of some of that wood behind it. It's a little bit pointed. I could correct that with sandpaper on that part of it. Now, I need to take this wood out of here. And I'm using basically just to the right-hand side of the gouge. I'm going to make it smaller than the bead to the tailstock side. Take a little bit out of that side. Now I can start cutting this into the paper. I think I just took that part off and it's still on there. Not much as much.
Well, you've already given me a tip, a big time tip. I was always starting at the top side and working back this way with the spindle, with the stem getting from larger to small.
Right, and I will eventually, but
Yeah, well,
right now I want to cut that down. And at this point, I would start thinking about sanding this area out also, as soon as I get some of this wood out of here. And I can switch back over to a larger gouge.
yeah, you're down to a decent, you're a proper size for that.
Pardon me?
So that's the size that you want going into that tip.
Right, I'm basically done with the tip there.
Yeah.
And too hard on this wood. But you basically, from that point on, you could sand.
Yeah, that's a roughing gouge.
Sand, yeah. Yeah, I said, sometimes you're better off with wider ones than you are with. I remembered I was turning Baltic birch. With this one? That stuff is nasty.
All the glue in it.
Yep. You can see the peeling coming off now.
Yeah.
And if I were at home, I'd have a smaller tool lift in here, I know that. This is where you get yourself in trouble without masking tape or duct tape. I remembered I was turning Baltic birch. With this one? That stuff is nasty.
All the glue in it.
Yep. You can see the peeling coming off now.
Yeah.
And if I were at home, I'd have a smaller tool lift in here, I know that. This is where you get yourself in trouble without masking tape or duct tape, because you want to hold on to this over the top, and it hurts. Now I'm wrapping it in this direction for a reason too. Otherwise it has a
It stays tight.
it'll come off.
Yeah, right.
Good cheap Menards junk tape works fine. Yeah, that doesn't hurt quite as much. Let me see if I can move that out a little bit more. Yeah. A little room there. Oops. Guess we need that part. Okay. That's when the bevel comes off, trying to go downhill there. Notice my hand, my thumb, with the stop gap. Now the cuts get lighter. And I could come on this side, put my thumb on top of it, and really reduce the vibration.
That may take a little practice.
Pardon me?
So that may take a little practice to do it.
Yeah, well, when you really think about it, you know, my hand isn't doing a whole lot back here.
No.
This is doing more, more than the other. And it's really controlling my cut. I just don't want to back up and find that thing going uphill on me. But, you know, it's just a light touch on the back to stabilize it enough, and then just kissing the wood a little bit here.
Mm-hmm.
So you go as thin as you want. Just don't try to do too much at once. A little fat here. And I probably can come back. Depends where I want to put that. And that's just a roll, half bead, roll, and designates where I want that. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as you look at it here, okay, if I put another bead in here, it's not going to be any bigger than what is right here. It's kind of, so I could half bead that. Well, let's take a look at what the bead would look like on it. If I make it fat enough, here's a pull cut, get rid of some wood. It doesn't look too bad.
Looks good on here.
Yeah, it's almost in line. It's just a little bit under where I'd like to be with that. So now I have quite a bit of wood to play with here. And we'll put a ball up here. You could put a cove, which would be a little easier. You rather have a cove in it?
Yeah, I'd put the ball in. I put a ball in just about all of them I do, but
right, now, the question is here, when you do put a ball in there, how big is too big? And you can see where this one here is, you know, touching. This one's touching, but the middle one isn't. See how I lost the dimensions?
yeah,
But if I lower this one, then when I get the ball going in here, I'll try to line that up a little bit better, that it's more like that.
the ball can be smaller though, can it?
Smaller than the bead,
Mhm.
but then you're taking it out of alignment.
Yeah.
Why do I want it to, why do I want it, my eye is already coming up here it's coming through this one, it's coming through this bead, and now I gotta go back in, and then back, back to whatever it's on top of that.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you? Yeah, and I don't have it there yet, so.
Okay.
And this doesn't have to be a perfect ball either, you know that.
Yeah.
We'll make it a little big first. Here I'm going to shear cut it. There was no pressure on that tool at all. And this edge is not as sharp as I'd like. Sandpaper do the same thing, Ray.
Yeah.
There's a finer tool here. I get it in there. And if I use one little long.
Now to me, I think that ball's a little big.
Yeah,
To me, yeah.
If I touch that side, it's going to be a little bit short of this one. And it runs right into, basically it's running right into the butt, right in there. Well, one thing I either need my more light, cataracts is coming, or I need stronger glasses. My iPad's giving me troubles, I know that. Okay, so now we have that, and I would bring this down. We could make it smaller. I'm going to pull cut lightly. You see my finger down there?
Mm-hmm.
It's really stabilizing basically everything. My thumb on top. And all I want to do is kiss across the top and just bring it back down. And I go this way. This tool not cut me up. I think part of it is I have the wider one. Somewhere.
There you go.
Oh, it's still hot. Longer bevel, shorter nose, or thinner nose. More pointy looking.
Yeah.
More like this one. I should have picked this one up. This is a Thompson. Somewhere here. There he is. That's a Thompson.
That's pretty pointed.
Yeah, and this is a Crown. So both of them have about the same, this little steeper flutes in that one and this one. Okay. That looks awful big. I'm going to make it smaller and shear cut again. And if this didn't work out, I'd put a cove in here instead. Now right now that lowest point between the bead and the ball is lower than this side. And that should have been the other way around. cheat a little. Something a lot better. We're gonna make this because of what's going on here.
Put a bead in
It's
there.
not gonna be so much a bead as it's gonna be like a spaceship. Really pretty deep. That's because I had a little too much wood off of the ball. So we take a little more off it. Now, those lined up fairly well this time, but the space between them is not pristine. I can't put wood back on there. So, I'm going to match a little bit of what the I'm going to call that spaceship, the saucer, or whatever, the shape of that one. A little more on this one. More like that. What I'm trying to do now is line up this, and this.
You've got that.
Pretty close. I don't like this gap in here.
A little big, but
Doesn't look good there. But anyway, that now comes the cove. And with the cove, I'd like to get, I'm already a little too small. We'll go down a little under this one, but you could put that size-wise the same, this one and this one. We'll go for this one. It should work that way. I need to cut a little bit of the bead here. And then sliding that, and I'm rotating and pushing up at the same time to form that cove. A little bit funny looking. I could just sand that off. And this ended up being a little bit smaller than that one. But it's a little fat. Let's go a little smaller and see if we can bring it down. Something more like that. I would get there about there, and then I would sand the rest of that out of it. Then this becomes your tendon. And we cut this down. So that's the tendon out. Now I go back here and just peel some of that wood out of there. And I want to know, I don't want to go too big with this part. And I know this one could take off probably 3/32 of an inch there. Before I get to that one. Probably like that. I don't want to cover up any more of that star than I have to. That makes sense?
Yeah.
That's gonna give me about 330 seconds probably on each side, so. I could take a parting tool and cut that down.
Okay.
That looks like this.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
It does, yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's not doing a lot.
I'm not sure there's another one. Other one of Sears ones over here. It's cutting better. Edge of that wood. Pretty close to the point right there. Glasses don't clog up. Just a steel cut. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, come over here.
That's tricky though.
They just took all that wood out of that side.
You did.
Usually I have a little 1/4 inch skew that I can just get in there.
I've got a D-way. I've got a D-way parting tool that I love for that.
You don't want to leave a ridge in there.
I'll do a little sanding on that though. Let me do some. That's too good not to sand it something. I get sandpaper.
I'm not sure it's concave back here either. I'd have to open the hole a little bit. We'll take a little one off.
That's easy though.
That'll fit. It's a little loose. We're gonna make 3 beads here, and if we don't like the top one, we'll get rid of it. You can't blame me for trying. The first one, just cut that and roll my wrist. There's my first bead. Now, my second bead isn't much bigger than that first one, so I might have to make the first one a little bit smaller. There. We won't sand that probably at all because it's not very big to start with.
True.
Now I put my gouge in straight. It's all lined up with the groove, and the flute is just touching the wood. I'm going to drop the handle, pull it out a little bit, and go back in. Like that. That's my second bead.
That's it.
Now I'm going to do the third one. And it's a little large right now, but I can cut it down without a problem. It's too big. Start with it.
Not much though.
Move at 9 o'clock. Pull it out a little bit. And this can all be done with sandpaper once you get those grooves in the right place. There's 3 beads, all in line and progressively larger. So now we need to take some wood out of here. And this one, I'm going to put a half a bead.
Oh, I thought you were going to drop down to the stem.
And I'm going to cut most of that away. It doesn't look good because it's bigger than the other, than the 3.
Yeah.
But I wanted to just start with a half a cove or a half a bead so that I can work my way down out of there. And I'll do that again now.
Yeah.
That helps. Now I'm going to put that half bead back in one more time. Here I'm just using the point and then pulling it toward me, using the point, pulling it toward me. And the right-hand side of the flute is doing the cutting here. Now I'm going to come back and go deeper. So you can actually see a polish right now on that walnut.
Yeah. That finger on your left hand rarely ever leaves that position on the
Yeah, see where this
rib.
one? This one's here, this one's here. And once it starts, now I'm going to move my body over that way. That's basically done. That's ready to stand up. You notice I do get catches, but they're always something in the way to keep them from going too far. You know, my hand is holding it here, and goes this way, my thumb is in the way. It stops making those things so they don't destroy the piece. And I have a tendency just to ease up. I've done too many boo-boos. Here you can hear it rattling. And we got a better grip here. All right. Key rests a little high. I'm already there and I'm still above center.
Yeah.
So bring her down. You hear it rattle. That side of the tool is getting dull. So now I'm going to use the other side.
That's interesting. The bevel is pointed this way, but you're still going the same direction.
Yeah, and back cutting.
Yeah.
Back cutting. I don't. It's just.
It doesn't really.
I just don't want the point to touch the wood over here. I have to be careful there. See? Why not use both sides? You have to keep the flute up. I don't want anything to do with that thing getting too close over there.
You get that point in there and it's going to catch. Yeah.
Notice my finger went right along with it. The left hand, and just touching this tool. Now I have to come back and be careful here. That's that same cut. It's just a matter of not allowing the left vertical wind to really get into the wood.
Can you make that same cut with a different tool?
Can I? See, like a 3/4 or a quarter tool
Or something like that,
like
yeah.
this one?
Or a gouge?
Yeah, the only thing is, I'm gonna move over more to make that cut. Because the bevel on there is not as long and it's a U shape. This is not a U shape. So I have to come over here. Drop the handle. But this is almost like a skew. I just can't go up any past center. If I go past center, I'll just probably knock it out of the chuck. There, I got a little too deep. And you don't even see me putting back pressure here because I'm cutting it more like a skew would. Now I am because it's getting a little thin down there. Like that. I have to be careful here because I don't have that nice U flute. Really dropping the handle. You keep going a little bit here. Slide. Right hand side of the point all the time. Now I can hear it, when I start hearing that noise. There, now I'm gonna go backwards a little bit here. I just want to shear cut a little wood out of here. And I'm apprehensive about pushing too hard without a backstop. And the top of the flute just caught me.
Would you ever use a scraper at all? No?
Finial? What would I scrape?
That?
You hear that? What did
Yeah.
I just do?
A scraper cut.
That's very close to a scrape.
Yeah.
Very close. It's just a little bit of the bevel on the wood. That's what makes that noise. But it gets rid of some of the indentations in the wood. And I could just sand the rest of that probably out. So again, sometimes it's one way, sometimes I want to slice, it's over here. If I want to just straighten things out a little bit, and then I'm just going to touch it bigger. Let it come down more like that. If I'm over here, then I got to do both. I got to drop the handle and let the wood come at the same time. Now, the tool rest is definitely moving away. This ought to be good. I don't know how much closer I can get. We'll make it a little longer yet. Go back to my, I get through more. Here the handle's way down,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just making that cove. I'm gonna thin that out a little more. My trumpet has a little too much bass in it. And even that is. Here again, you see the tool straight on. Just trying to taper down and get rid of any indentation.
You got about a 30-35 degree angle at the bottom.
Yeah, quite a
Yeah,
bit.
you got quite a bit of angle.
25.
Yeah.
It's not really a roughing guide.
Yeah, it's not.
Not like this.
Yeah, it's not one of those
It's a lot
80 degree ones.
A lot steeper than that. All right, let's take a look at this. Now, I'm going to put a cove in here, and then work up from there. So how I'm going to put a half beat. Whoops, I didn't do that. Half beat into there. And again, this is pretty much done. Now I want to take some of that wood out. Notice where the handle is.
Yeah, way down.
And again, that's too pointed. It's not letting me do a nice curve in there. It's in a 1-inch gouge with a very shallow nose on it. And just a little push cut, and notice the handle moving to the left, just to make a little cove right there. And now I brought out my 3/8 inch with the pointed nose on it, a little roll, so it's easy for cutting beads with that. And then coming back and finishing up a cove, a smaller cove above the flute. Just getting a little cut at 45 degrees there, just to pull that flute toward it, and here I rolled it into the trumpet, and now I'm just refining the flute, right to left, left to right. When I went down the hill, I had the flute up more. When I went up the hill, I put it more of a 45 degree angle. There you see a little bit of a shear cut, and here we're coming back the other way. Again, for a flute to the left, and then here I switched over to my wider 3/8 inch spindle gouge. You see the point there. Roll it. You notice the shine on the wood with a clean cut. And then I'm going to come back the other way and roll a bead into the wood above it. Now I have that bead pretty well formed, and just a little clean up to it. Now I'm going to work out the wood above it. Little push cut here with the flute up. It's basically a peeling cut with that wider nose. Removes the wood very efficiently. And handles down some. Now I can roll the tool into it a little bit. Pull cut and roll to a push cut. Again, that's the whole bead in one cut. And a little refinement underneath the bead. Blend it in. Now I'm going to work on the upper, and I got to raise my tool rest. I want to be in that upper quadrant above the center line. A little push cut again, and I'm moving the handle to the left some to form a cove up there. Again, pushing down into the wood.
Oh, I like the cove, and then you put the bead above it.
Yeah. A different look. Again, I really don't have much in my mind other than just what the wood's doing. Use a full cut all the way out. Did the whole cove in one cut. In, drop the handle, shear cut on the wing. Coming out the other way.
I'm halfway decent at that, but I still, where you put your thumb and where you put your finger, that's critical to your control.
There's people can do it this way too. Yeah, and this pretty much is done. If I put any more ornamentation up there, I'm going to be, could put a bead in here. Really want one, but it's too fat then.